Honourable member for Fort Saskatchewan, Vegreville.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Alberta is leading with a plan to address climate change. Climate change adversely impacts our health, our environment, and our economy. Rural Alberta is particularly vulnerable on the front lines, especially including the constituency of Fort Saskatchewan, Vegreville, where we have seen 2 forest fires in the last 7 years. To the Minister of Agriculture, what are the numbers actually showing of what these impacts are?
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, as stewards of the land, our province's producers know firsthand the impacts of climate change. Over the last 100 years or so, producers and their families have seen an average of 2 degrees Celsius increase to surface air temperatures across the province. They've also seen first frost has come much later. They've also seen changes to precipitation across the province, with increases in some regions, decreases in others. Of course, these changes affect agriculture production. We see an increased occurrences of extreme weather, increased threats from pests due to milder winters, and changes to crops that tolerate these occurrences. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
First supplemental.
Given that producers will need to consider new or adapted crops to address these changes because of increased pest persistence and infestations due to milder winters, to the same minister, what is the government doing to prepare Alberta's agriculture industry for the realities of climate change?
Minister of Forestry.
Mr. Speaker, we will help producers adapt to climate change by continuing to invest in research and technology. The province has 2 crop diversification centres, one in the north, another in the south, to provide applied research on special crops, crop varieties, and diversified production. Similarly, on the livestock side, we support investments in projects that support research and innovation, market development, and improved competitiveness. We've also invested in the Farm Stewardship Centre in Lethbridge to use applied research to improve whole farm sustainable practices. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Second supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given that farmers and ranchers are the stewards of the land and see firsthand the impacts of a changing climate, and given that these producers want to invest in energy-efficient options for their operations, what is the actual uptake of this government's on-farm efficiency programs that were rolled out for the agriculture community?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thanks to the member for the question. We recently announced a $10 million expansion to energy efficiency and renewable energy programs for producers. I'm happy to report that these programs have been very well subscribed. We've approved projects that produce 350 kilowatts of solar energy, and there are applications for another 586 kilowatts received by the department. Applications for the on-farm energy programs are through the roof. Usually we get 15 applications a month. We got 250 applications in November alone. The numbers don't lie, Mr. Speaker. There's a great appetite for programs that help producers become more efficient and reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. I look forward